everybody, and happy Stitchtober. Hi, my name is Rachel. I haven't made a video in a very long time, and I'm sorry about that. Things have been really busy, but I'm back today, and I would like to share with you all of the whips that I plan on starting for Stitchtober. So get a mug of spooky tea and settle on down as we discuss all of the goodies that I will be starting in the month of October. So hello friends. For those that are new, my name is Rachel. I live in a small town in Iowa, and I have been cross-stitching for many years. I got back into it probably in 2015-ish, 2014-15, and I've been really into cross-stitch ever since. I used to make floss tube videos a lot more regular, but unfortunately life got in the way, so I haven't made one in a while, but here I am. We're back. So what is Stitchtober? Well, recently I was on a retreat with two of my friends, Jessica, Sporty Stitcher, and Carol, Stitch a Latte on Instagram. And it kind of got me back really into cross stitch. I have been quilting a lot and doing some other crafts, and I do cross stitch every day. I cross stitch in the mornings. But you know, my whip pile was kind of getting low. I finished two really big pieces while I was on retreat, and I was like, you know, I just want to start all the things. And what better way to do that than to start one every day of October? I'm going to share these in no particular order. Today is October 1st as I'm filming this, and I haven't started anything yet today because I've been working on getting all these bad boys kitted up. So as I said, this is in no particular order. I'm just going to pull them out of the basket. So this is kind of my Stitchtober. This is the Catch-All Caddy by Annie. I used the Tula Pink, Curiouser, and Curiouser cat fabric. And this is where, at least at the moment, I have all of my new starts. So I'll get these off the table to talk to you guys. So again, these are in no particular order, but we will see how it goes. All right, so these are in no particular order, and I'm going to try to minimize the editing, so I'm sorry if you hear a little crinkle. So first we got, this is Hands-On Design, a Vintage Stitch 2 Hexie. I'm doing a really big English paper piecing quilt right now, so I thought this would be a lot of fun to stitch all the hexagons. I am using all the called for Weeks dye works, except I am using white instead of, what is it? Whitewash. And then I am also stitching this on the called for. So this is 32 count straw. And I know that I have way too big of a piece, but I've never used this linen before, so I thought that would be fun. And I'm going to try to put these back kind of as I go so it doesn't turn into such a hot mess express. So I apologize. Okay. All right, up next. So this one I do not have the floss or the fabric for, but it is on order. This one, my friend Carol, Stitch a Latte, she stitched it and gave me her chart. So this is Halloween Sampler by Cottage Garden Samplings. I mean, hers is so beautiful. And I don't know what color, I don't know what fabric she used for it. I'm going to have to ask her. And now I can't remember what I bought for it. It's not... I was gonna get Murky by Picture This Plus, but I decided I was worried I might not get like, not that there's a bad pieces of Murky, but I feel like depending on your cut of Murky, it can look different. So I can't remember what fabric I got for it, but I'm using all the called for. I believe it's Gentle Arts floss, and yeah, just waiting on fabric. So that was number 2. All right, number 3, which I will lose count very soon, so maybe I'll put up a timer. So this is by Lindy Stitches, Stephanie, another one of my favorites. I've done a ton of Lindy Stitches. So this is Autumn Royalty. Goes this way, yeah. Autumn Royalty. So there's Lord of Gourds, Count of Candy, and the Prince of Pies. You see them there. And this I don't have fabric for yet, but I am going to do it on the called for shale linen. I can't remember if I got a 32 or a 40 count. And then I am using the DMC for it. So I'm not using any fancy floss. I did all the DMCs. And I plan on doing all 3 of them, but I'm not sure which one I'm going to start. We'll just see how I feel when the day arrives that I start this bad boy. All right, up next. This one I am missing the Krynic for. So this is by the Cricut Collection. And this is called Halloween. It says Halloween Eve, but on the inside it's called Scary Circle. So I'm not sure, but I think this one's super cute. And I am doing this on a Color and Cotton vintage. This is from when Color and Cotton did a limited edition box. And this is a 32 count Lugana. And it just says color is limited edition. So again, this was from one of their Halloween boxes a few years ago. But I thought that'll be fun. And then I'm using all the called for floss. So it's all DMC, which I have here. And then it calls for a whole bunch of Krynics. I only had one of them. So I need to order the rest of the Krynics. But for now, I think the DMCs will get me started. All right, up next. So I have a Mirabilia on the go. I have Lady of the Flag that I'm currently working on, but I love Mirabilia mermaids. I just think they're beautiful. So I decided to start another one. So this is Mirabilia. I think it's called, Mermaid of the Pearls. She is so pretty. I can't wait to put like all the beads. So I don't have any of the beads and I don't have any of the Krynic yet. But I got all the DMCs. And then I am doing this on a 32 count Lugana from Picture This Plus in the color Calypso. It's definitely a little bit more variegated than what the camera is picking up. There's a lot more depth, but super pretty. I think she will look gorgeous. And I haven't decided about the skin situation. So for Lady of the Flag and the other mermaid that I did Siren in the Shipwreck many years ago. And I did the skin 1/1, and it is a pain, especially with like the blended floss. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'll probably be starting with her tail, so we'll address the whole skin situation when I get there. I mean, I'm only going to work on it for 1 day, so like, whatever. It's fine. Let's see. Okay, so up next. So this is a Plum Street Samplers. This is, I believe, Acorn Sampler. Get it out of the bag. Yep. Oh no, Bounty Sampler. Sorry for the glare. Bounty Sampler. And I am using some of the called for and some of my own colors. So this is my really beautiful shot of all the colors that I'm using. But some of it's the called for, some of it's not. As I, start these, if you have any questions, let me know and I will let you know. And then I am doing this on a 32 count linen from Picture This Plus in the color Legacy. So I like this cut because I think a lot of, cool modeling going on. So yes, yes, yes. I love Plum Street Samplers. I've done, done quite a few Plum Street as well. Okay. All right, up next. Another Plum Street. Who knew? I didn't realize these were like next to each other. So this one is called A New Constellation. And I've done the companion piece to this, which was, I can't remember what it's called. But this is A New Constellation. Gorgeous, gorgeous. And I am using all the called for colors. So I don't have any of the fancy floss yet. I have it on order. But I have all the DMCs in this bag. And I don't have the fabric for this one yet, but I am going to be doing it on the called for Oaken. And I think I got a 32 count of Oaken for that. 123 Stitch was out of like all the high cut all the high counts, and so was Picture This. I don't like Picture This Plus website is confusing. So I couldn't find any of like the higher counts because I kind of into 40 count, but 32 is just fine. 32 is probably like, I guess my favorite. 32 or 40. 36 is okay. All right, so this next one is actually, I put it in a project bag. I have a ton of project bags, but I feel like as I start, I'll stick them into actual real bags. But this is an EPP bag that I made. So I English paper pieced all this. And what's in here? So this is a Blackbird Designs. I've never done a Blackbird Designs before. This is my first one. So this is The Winter is Past. And I'm not sure if this is still available or not. I'm not really in the Blackbird crew. As I said, this is my first one. I am using all the called for colors that I have on order. And then I am doing this on Picture This Plus 32 count in doubloon, which is really pretty. Basic, neutral, love it. And the colors for this are like blues. Like these are just a couple of them, but they're like grays and blues, and I really like it. As I said, this is my first kind of Blackbird Designs. I'm not like a super prim person. I usually like, you know, bright neon colors, but I can get down with it every once in a while, you know. All right, up next, this is another hands-on design that I absolutely love. So this is, and actually I've had this for a while and have been wanting to do it. So this is Turn Up the Beat. I work in soybeans professionally, but my husband used to haul sugar beets. And so anything that has like beets on it, and like, look, there's little peas on the bottom now. I might change the word. I know it's supposed to say like, let us turn up the beat, please. But like, I might change the word peas to beans just to like, because I work with soybeans instead of peas, but we'll see. But this is Turn Up the Beat, and I am doing, on the back, it shows you, or here, it shows, you know, on a black fabric instead of on the white, and I thought that was really pretty. So I'm going to do it with all the called for, does it call for DMC? Yep, I'm doing with all the called for DMC, and I'm doing this on a 32 count charcoal Belfast. So, pretty exciting. All right, up next, this one, so I inherited a whole bunch of like cross stitch magazines from my grandma, and I went through all of them and just pulled out the charts that I actually think that I would stitch, and then I gave away all the magazines just so like I didn't have to occupy them. But this is one that I cut out. So this is called Country Champions, and I'm not sure who the designer was. It does not say, but again, this is Country Champions, and looks like there was a series, a pig, a sheep, and a cow, but I only have the chart for the pig, which was my favorite of the three anyway. Like, look at him, Wilbur. The fabric has not come in for this yet, but this is like, I mean, what is this, copyright sometime in the 80s? 1992. All right, I was close. So, you know, your good old school 90s cross stitch, which means that for a chart that's not all that big, it has 12 million colors. Like, look at all these DMCs. Shnikes. I think there's like a couple of blends too. The 90s were wild. I don't have the fabric in for this yet, and I can't remember what I bought, so we shall see. Okay, now all the rest of them are ones that I'm not missing anything for. So that was my pile of stuff I know I'm missing something. This is my pile of ready to go. All right, so first up. So this one, Jessica will really appreciate. So this is Watercolor Hot Air Balloons by Sekas & Co. I mean, look at that. And this is like interesting. So the pattern on the front is done on 10 count fabric, and I was like, so like it would be huge, and I'm like, no thank you. I don't want to do it. Yeah, so on 10 count the design size is 7.5 by 7.5, so I am not going to do that. And I decided, and I of course picked my own colors, so I pulled out this piece. This is a 28 count Jobelin in lime that I got from Stitchville, USA many moons ago. It's kind of getting washed out, but it's like, you know, definitely like a limey green. And then just for funsies, because there's like specialty stitches and who knows what, I'm using just these random neon flosses that I have. So this isn't DMC. I'm not sure where it came from, but I'm using this as like my rainbow. And then I got all fun rainbow colors. And then brown, which is DMC 167 for the basket. So that should be fun. It's going to be so much smaller than like the design size says. I don't know. I was looking at it. It's like a lot of specialty stitches and stuff, and I'm sure I'll figure it out. Alrighty. All right, so this is actually also in a project bag. So this is a piece that I did, the Sex Pistols piece. This is by Clouds Factory. I did this a long time ago and had it in a frame. Decided I didn't like it anymore, so I turned it into this fun project bag that I think turned out super cute. And what's in here is another hands-on design. Kathy, I told you I love you. So this is hands-on design, a classic haunt. I think this one just came out too. All right, I think it hasn't been out all that long. So I'm using all the called for Weeks Dye Works, and then I have in here because the called for was not available on 123 Stitch. So this is 40 count Provence Lavender. Very pretty. I'm excited. It's very thin though, so I'm kind of nervous, like especially with the dark colors. Like see all these like purple dots? I'm gonna have to like start and stop because I can't travel. The fabric is like, you can see through it. So that's that. And then up next, so this is by Bee Cottage. This is Biggie B. He's super cute. Just a little guy. I've done quite a few Bee Cottage as well. I like it. They have a lot of like, their colors really blend. I'm using all the called for DMCs for this. And then I am doing this on, this is not labeled, 28 count Jobelin in Stormy Gray is what my post-it note says. So there, I put it to you. Must have used the other part of it for something else. I'm not sure. I don't usually take the tags off fabric until like it's like done. Okay. Up next, so this is by Ori TM. This is Sabrina and Harry Gobblespell. I thought they were cute. My daughter who's 5, she wants to be a witch for Halloween. So I think her and I are going to be witches together. So I thought this would be fun. So this is done. This is being done on this crazy piece of fabric that I don't have a tag for anymore. And someone sent this to me a long time ago, and I'm not sure who. I don't remember anymore, but it's kind of crazy. It's another one I was like, I don't know who's the manufacturer of this, but it's very thin. But definitely the appropriate color. So I got that, and then all the called for DMC. I think it's called for in DMC. Yep. But again, I'm not sure who the fabric's by. I just had it. Okay. Up next. So this is Heartstring Sampler. I was actually going to start this for a Stitch Mania a few years ago, and then for some reason didn't. So this is Festive Little Fobs, and this is the Summer Garden Edition. Is anyone surprised that I would be doing this one? Because, okay, there's corn over here, which is my other two love, and then there's beans right there. Now, are these green beans or peas? Probably. But in my world, they're soybeans. So anything that has beans in it, I'm like, sign me up. My plan is to do all of them, but we'll see which one. Maybe I'll start on the bean one. I'm using the DMC conversion for this because they're so little. So here's all the DMCs. And then I have a bunch of scraps because they're so tiny. I have a ton of scraps of, I believe this is 32 count vintage country mocha. And as I said, I just have a bunch of scraps. And if I run out, I have more of this fabric. But for sure, I can get a couple of them out of this. So save your scraps. You just never know when you might need to put a festive little fob on there. Maybe that's what I'll start today. I don't know. I haven't decided. Okay. Up next. So this is by the Sweetheart Tree, I believe. Yes. And this says R is for rooster. I actually have quite a few of these. I've done the C is for cat. Actually, well, you can't see it. It's way behind me. But this is R is for rooster. And these come as a kit. So it comes with the fabric and the floss. So here's the fabric. And then I organized all the floss onto a piece of paper, but floss. So yeah, that'll be fun. Add that to the collection. Oh, and it comes with all the beads. So fun. Because, you know, R is also for Rachel. I could be a rooster. All right, up next. So this is Baby Bug Ball by Shepherd's Bush. There we go. And this also came as a kit. So it came with the fabric and the floss. And the floss is silk. And the beads. So this is the fabric. Like a peachy brownie kind of color. And then I've already organized the floss. And then the cutest are the beads. So there's, sorry for the glare, there's a flower and a bee. Super pretty. And a bird. I like these kits from Shepherd's Bush. They're, you know, you get the silk floss, but, you know, because there's only like a strand of it, it's not that expensive. Comes with all the beads. Like, I like them a lot. So that's that. Let's see, up next. Oh, this one is so tiny. This should be my start today because it's so little. And I, you know, definitely think. So this was a freebie that we got at one of Farm Girl's early retreats. So I went to her retreat, I believe in 2017 and 2018. And this, I think, was a freebie that must have been 2018. So this is by Loohoo Stitches, and this is called Little Fall Fling. Super cute. I am using the DMC. Does it call for DMC? It doesn't. I did a full DMC conversion. And I am doing it on this little scrap of linen that I just found. I think this is, because it's serged like this, I think this is actually from like one of those Shepherd Bush kits that I had left over once I finished the stitch. So again, save your scraps because you just might use them. But I don't know what count it is. It looks like a 32 or a 36. And it shall be perfect. I'm going to set this one out because I think that might be my start today. Okay, up next. So this one is actually from a book, but I know you can buy this pattern individually. So this is Santa's Coming to Town by, oh no, I can't. Emma Cogden? I believe Jessie Marie from Jessie Marie Does Stuff is doing this one. But I got it, as I said, in a book. And I am using all the called for DMC. And then this random piece of linen that's not labeled. Good. But yeah, just white linen. I'm not sure why I have it, but I'm using it for this. All right. Okay, up next. So this is a project that Diana from It Is Kismet made. So this is actually the 2017 bag that we got at the retreat, made by Mama Joan. And even says, okay. So this Diana It Is Kismet actually gave me this kit. So she saw it. You'll see why I thought of me. So this is called November Sampler Accent by Periwinkle Promises. And look, it's got little corn on the bottom. How perfect. And it comes as a kit. So you get all of the silk and then the fabric. Fancy. I liked the ones where it was like all kitted. Okay, now this one, I think Carol gave me this chart, but don't quote me on that, but I think she did. So I used to live in Minnesota. That's like where I'm from. And I went to the University of Minnesota. So I apologize. This is kind of the chart, but I'll hold it far away. So this is by Spare Moments Company. And this is the Mighty Minnesota Counts. It's Goldie. It is an old version of Goldie. I'm not sure when this was made. It doesn't have a date on it, but man, it's good. So there's Goldie, and actually on the back, there's Minnesota and whatever that is. Maybe it's the U of M like logo. I don't know. And then go Gophers. So I'm gonna do Goldie, of course. So it doesn't like call for any colors. So I just looked in my stash and I decided that U of M Gold is $7.42 and U of M Maroon is $8.15. So in Rachel's world, that is the maroon and gold. And then I'm using a piece of 16 count white Aida. Yep. That I had in my stash. Perfect for Aida because it's all full cross. So 2 colors. Go Gophers. All right, so next, so this is by Prairie Moon. This is Trick or Treat. I got this at a retreat as well. And I am using all the called for DMC. And I am doing this on a piece of 35 count guacamole from Weeks Dye Works. So, pretty. I like it a lot. And I don't know if that's old Weeks Dye Works or new Weeks Dye Works. I'm not sure. Not sure when I got it. Okay. Up next. So this is a Little House Needleworks. I don't know if I've ever done a Little House Needleworks before. I really don't know. So this is Farm Life. Do you sense a theme? I love Halloween and farms, apparently. Super cute. Of course, you know, I have to be slightly judgmental because agriculture is my life. I noticed you got some corn over here, but there's no beans. And, oh, nope. There's the peas. There they are. I don't know if it's going to focus on them, but they do exist. I take that back. No criticism. No notes. I'm using a DMC conversion. I believe there's some classic color works that are called for, but I used all the DMC alternatives. And this I am doing on a piece of Angel Wings Mermaid Tails. And this is a 32 count Joblin. It does not say what the color is, but it's like a blue because I think it'll look really pretty on blue, like the sky. So that's exciting. Anything with like a farm on it. I'm like, oh my god. Or if it's Halloween, oh my gosh. First day of October, people, get pumped. Okay. All right, up next. So this is a Just Nan kit. And it says just add floss, but there is for surely floss in here. So I will have to make sure that I have everything for this. So this is called Pearl Orchid. And this came as a kit. I'm not sure. I think I got this off of a table somewhere, but I thought this was the floss. Maybe I'll have to pull all the floss, but it came with like the floss and beads. I didn't know. And then here's the fabric. So this one I will have to set aside just to verify that everything is in there. And then this one is by Satsuma Street. So this is called Little Baddie. I have a whole bunch of these that I have done. I have one on the go right now. And I bought the full kits. So she sells these on her Etsy store. And I bought like this whole series. So this is the bat one. I've done this one. I've done the spider. The cat is currently in progress. So I just have this one. And she has like a new set that came out this year. They're super cute. I was going to say, I think they're behind me. Yep. There's the potion bottle and the spider. Spooky, spooky skeletons. I need a Halloween tree is what I need because they just hang back there. Okay. Getting towards the end. All right. So this is Lizzie Kate, and this is called Hoot. I got this off of one of the tables somewhere. So this I think originally came as like an exclusive like Biscornu kit. I am doing a Rachel conversion. So most of this is color and cotton. And then there's a couple DMCs. And then I am using a piece of, this is 32 count Graceful Gray. That I cut the bottom off of for a different project. I tend to buy, like if I'm going to buy fabric, I buy a bigger piece and then cut it because then I can get multiple things on it. Okay. All right. So next up we have, so this is another hands-on design. How many hands-on design am I starting? Give me a hint. It's more than one. I love you, Kathy. All right. So this is Knee High by the 4th of July. I think it's just called Knee High. This was originally in I believe a magazine. And I am doing a color and cotton conversion. So there's all the color and cottons that I chose. And I am doing this on a random piece. Oh, this is 36 count Edinburgh linen in light mocha. So a nice neutral brown. I think it'll look really pretty. I'm excited. Of course, most corn is way higher than knee high by the 4th of July. That's an older saying now, but I love, again, it had corn on it. All right, almost done. All right, so this is by Bent Creek. So this is Think Happy, Be Happy Row. And I am doing this on a 28 count Jobelin, and it is really long. So like I think I use this, I think I did a stocking, and this is like a cutoff from the stocking. Again, save your scraps. That's what I had. And then I am doing all different colors. So I decided to get fancy with this one. And I'm doing almost all silk. So this is a color and cotton, but I am using Dinky Dice Cranberry Cocktail, Gloriana Holiday Blue. Look at this. Look at it. I love Gloriana. Gloriana is a dream to stitch with. It's my absolute favorite of the fancy flosses, but it's like $10 a skein. And I'm not spending $10 a skein. You know what I'm saying? It's very expensive. So I only have a few of them, but I love them very much. This is another Dinky Dice. This is Heartthrob. This is Gloriana Blue Hawaii. I tend to buy one of them. Like if I ever go into Stitchville, USA, which is only like, I don't know, maybe once a year, once every other year, I buy a Gloriana. So I have 4. And this is Jubilee. Look at that purple. Love it. This color and cotton, I believe, is Inkwell. Or no, Dark Indigo. It's super pretty. So yeah, that should be pretty. Very excited. Very excited. I love Gloriana. It's smooth like butter. It doesn't tangle. It's just beautiful. But it's $10 a skein. So, yeah. All right. Next up, so this is another Just Nan. So this is Great Expectations. Look at it. The little, and it came with, so I'm using all the called for DMCs. And then, oh, where is it? Oh, there it is. Like, it came with the beads and the little robins. Let's see if I can flip it over. Well, okay. But it came with the little nest bead and then a bunch of other beads. And I am doing this on a scrap. Beautiful. Beautiful. Very excited. And again, all DMC. Okay, I think I got 2 more. So this is Magic Garden Sampler by Shakespeare's Peddler. I love it. I changed the colors a little bit because I don't know if I can get down with a purple watermelon. I mean, maybe I can, but probably not. So I did a color and cotton / just like fancy flosses I happen to have conversion. So there's all my colors. And then I am doing this on 32 count Picture This Plus in Legacy. I just realized I have another project on Legacy. It must be, I know I've done something on doubloon too. So Legacy, doubloon, oaken, those are kind of my favorite Picture This Plus colors. All right, and last, but certainly not least, we got, yes, this is by Heartstring Samplery. And this is Hoop, there it is, Hoop. She did a series of these, and I have Baby Got Back Stitch. I just started like a few days ago. And then Hoop, there it is. And I believe the last one is Whip It Good. And so I decided to use dark colors. So I'm using B5200 as the floss color. And then this fabric is good. This is Huntress. This is 40 count because I'm insane. 40 count Huntress from Picture This Plus. I mean, it is so beautiful. But am I going to be able to see the holes? No. Is this going to be fun to stitch on? No. But, you know, with an ot light and, you know, my readers on, will be just fine because it's so pretty and it's going to look gorgeous when it's done. And yeah, I think the called for is a fox and rabbit. Nope, Week Star Wars Aztec Red is this one. I believe the Baby Got Back Stitch was on a fox and rabbit. But anyway, so those are my 31 starts that I am going to do in the month of October. We shall see. As I said, today's day 1 and I still haven't started anything. So we shall see. My tentative plan is to do kind of weekly updates. So next weekend, I'm hoping to film and show you, you know, where I got started on all my projects and how Stitchtober is going. But don't hold me to it. Maybe I'll just do one video at the end and you'll see all of the starts. I would really like to get back into FlossTube. I have a lot to share. You know, I've been working on a lot of different projects. Just because I'm not on YouTube anymore doesn't mean I'm not, you know, constantly crafting. And I love, you know, sharing what I've been doing. And yeah, in the future, you know, I'd really like to do just a whip update, maybe after Stitchtober, or, you know, as a bonus video. I would really like to go through all my other whips besides these, and maybe review some finishes that I've done this year, and maybe talk about some quilts, talk about, I don't know, all sorts of fun things. But we shall see. So until then, friends, stay crafty, and I'll see you later. Oh, and happy harvest, because at least if you're in the Midwest, it's deep into harvest time. So be safe out there. Watch out for tractors, combines, other farm machinery. If it's got a slow moving vehicle sign on it, you know, please be cautious, especially at turns. That's oftentimes where fatalities occur, is farm equipment is turning or you're turning, and they don't stop. So please be careful out there. And happy harvest. So talk to you later. Bye.